in sourcing the pink pepper and distilling it in Guatemala. We knew we didn't have enough supply in order to bring it as a permanent product. So we started searching the world to find a place that had the same chemical profile. We found trees in Kenya that had been planted there as shade trees, all along the roadsides, everywhere you go, all over the yards. But there was never an income stream for it. They were simply planted as shade trees. Now, Kenya holds a very special place in my heart. When I was there in November, we were able to put in a water system that liberated the women there. We were able to create safe opportunity for children to be educated. And as we returned in July, we were able to work with people like Margaret in the Mount Kenya region, who decided to take a chance with us and take the geranium starts that we had given her, plant them in her ground. And she nurtured them and cared for these plants. And 6 months later, she had her first geranium harvest and made more money than she ever thought possible. So she got excited and she invited her friends to join her. She is now a leader in her community, leading 64 other women in growing geranium for us. Just in her small geranium. So we said, what else can we create? What else is there? Now there's a lot more to tell about Kenya. You're going to hear about it on Saturday morning as Corey Lindley and the sourcing team take the stage and share the big picture. I want to tell you everything because it's so cool, but I can't. I have linked good stuff for Corey too, right? But I want to show you how gifted and talented Corey Lindley is. Now, as he joined us in Kenya, he had 48 hours to be there. 48 hours, right? So he's suffering from jet lag. There's no cushy transportation as we go on these sourcing trips, right? Look how talented he is. He is dead asleep, bouncing around in that truck, right? I mean, don't you want a man this balanced, overseeing the finances and operations of doTERRA, right? Now, I hope you'll forgive me. I love Corey dearly, right? But that was just too fun not to capture. So now I want to share with you the true story of what's happening with pink pepper in Kenya.
So really what we're trying to do here is to support smallholder farming and agriculture all over the country.
Right, and yesterday we looked at our pink pepper sourcing, and I heard about a story about a woman whose life has been completely changed through sourcing pink pepper.
Yeah.
So we've changed our plans. You booked a flight last night with just hours notice.
Yep.
And we want to meet her. We want to understand what compact sourcing means to her and her family.
Beautiful.
2014, what happened?
Our road accident. He was going to work at Naivasha there.
When Veronica got news that she lost her husband, she was pregnant with her 5th child.
Meeting Veronica was incredible because we were able to see firsthand the impact that co-impact sourcing has on families in Africa.
It was hard to feed my children. I was very stressed and I struggled very much. Yeah, life was hard.
To provide for her children, she started making ropes from the fibers of plants. She would make about 200 shillings a day, which is the equivalent of $2 US. As Veronica would take these ropes to sell to shopkeepers, originally they would buy them because they felt sorry for her, but over time they stopped buying her ropes. So she started taking them to truck drivers to see if they would buy her rope. The truck drivers wouldn't buy her rope, but they would buy something else. And she found herself having to give away her dignity and her respect in the only way she had to provide for her children. Veronica and Lucy were friends. They had a common bond because they had both lost their husbands. And as they were sitting in front of the shops wondering what they were going to do to provide for their families, Kiko came, and he offered them an opportunity to harvest pink pepper.
That's why we met. They were just sitting on the veranda, on the shop, and I said hi to them, and I said, I've seen a lot of trees here which have got a lot of pink pepper seed on them.
Yeah.
And I think you ladies, you can be able to do that.
He told me, leave this job. It doesn't have money.
And I told her, maybe try the pink pepper, you will make slightly more than that. He told me some of the children were at home and hadn't gone to school. Even that day, I gave her some advance. I said I would cover it from the seed that we later.
So you gave her a little bit of an advance.
Yeah.
You took a risk on her,
Yeah.
and then she delivered some pink pepper.
Yeah, following the action, she had like 20 kilos.
Really?
Wow.
The next day? Yeah.
Since Veronica started harvesting pink pepper, she now makes 1,500 shillings a day on average, versus just 200 or 300 shillings a day before.
I like to work. I don't like to stay idle. But when you stay idle, when you gossip, your children will sleep without anything in their stomach. Yeah. So I like to work.
Veronica and Lucy are just two examples of the hundreds, if not thousands, of lives that are and will be impacted by the harvest of pink pepper. That's why we do co-impact sourcing. It will always be about the individual and how we can make their lives better.
That job is good because this time I afford to rent, I afford to eat, I afford to cover my children, my family. That I thanks for Mr. Kiko, and I thanks for you all.